So here we see a leap over Americana throw. And before I showed something else by Eduardo Carpentier where he did a cartwheel to the side of Thesz to set up this Americana. But here he actually leaps over the body, and it's even more clear in this video, a point that I had made in the previous video with the cartwheel Americana, where during that video breakdown, I was like, oh, if instead of a cartwheel, if it was more like a wrestling spin drill, like where it's belly down on the defender's back, and it's more just like that belly down on the back as a pivot point. And it looks so much more like that, even though they're still both standing in this version. So it's basically just easier to watch this and get the sense that if it were more of a wrestling spin drill, that transition would be more viable for an actual competitive grappling match. Like I could actually see that working much more realistically in this example, even though would it be even clearer if they weren't both standing and if it was more like on all fours, or if it was more like in the wrestling situation where spin drill is actually appropriate. It'd be easier to see the realism there. So this is definitely something that I want to test at some point. First without a resisting opponent, and then if I get comfortable enough with that, I would like to test it with a resisting opponent in an actual grapple where I'm going for these same grips. Um, Rather than an Americana, I'd be so much more likely to go for a Jujigatami armbar. But if you like Americanas, and I know like a lot of bigger guys do, and some other people like Americanas a little bit more, there's enough reason to say like, okay, well maybe this is a viable alternative to Jujigatami. But again, I would like to see both of the players' bellies closer to the ground rather than this standing, highly theatrical, highly athletic, high mobility requirement transition. But it's definitely worth exploring.